Lauren, I'm gonna be real with you, Micah says, I don't think David likes you. Now, it could just be me, okay? But the way that he's trying to get everybody involved, the way he's blaming me and you, your mama and your cousin too, I don't I, I don't think he likes you. I feel like he's trying to set you up to let you down. Cause who's in your business? Like let's be for real. Let's not act like Minneapolis is this big that by the time he got off the plane, everybody in the city was talking about him. Have some perspective about yourself, Dave. But let's talk about it, Lauren. Let's talk, girl. What's up, everybody? Good evening. Welcome and welcome back to the channel. I'm Tammy. This is Tammy Talks. Okay, we're here to talk Love is Blind Season 8, Episode 8, A Family Affair. Ain't no hateration, holleration in this jamboree, or fam jam, as Monica's family calls it. I thought the name was cute. We'll talk about how I felt about it later. So, do me a huge, huge favor. If you are brand new here or a returning viewer that is just not yet subscribed to the channel, go ahead, hit that subscribe button, thumbs up the video, leave your comments down below. Super close to 35,000, y'all. So do me a favor. If you can hear my voice, if you can see my face, if you can see this that people think is a green screen, it's not a green screen. It's real. If you can see all of this, okay, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, y'all. Let's go ahead and get right into the show. I don't have a lot of notes, Avi, because love is boring, okay, in this case. So the episode starts off with the montage of all the couples enjoying their time on vacation. They're doing water sports, they're doing yoga, they are having a gay old time, okay? So we then get Ben and Sarah. So Ben is waiting to see that one thing about Sarah that's just gonna bother him. He said that, you already keep all the tags on your clothes. I said, ooh, Sarah, you taking shit back to the store? What is You taking shit back to the store, Sarah? Why you got all the tags on your clothes still? Why all of them? Siri, shut up. I didn't ask you nothing. Like, what? So then Ben says that he only washes his hair every other week. Now, I know that, I'm this and he's this, so we wash our hair in different cadences, but I don't think with the type of hair that Ben has, he should be washing his hair once every other week. But that's you. That's your business. So he then talks about how he only does laundry once a month and said that he wears the same clothes a lot. Ben has completely disgusted me. So let's just move on. So it's time for the link up, okay? Usually this little boogie is more fun, is more lively because usually we have couples that are or usually we have people that were dating other couples that were there. We don't have that this time, so it was boring. So Taylor and Daniel have a code word for when somebody is pooping, and it's papaya. That's a lot to say I gotta go take a shit. Papaya, go on and relieve your business. Go on and do what you got to do, okay? Papaya, papaya. That's funny. So David is goes up to Devin and it's like, "Did y'all have sex yet?" I said, here we go with this. So Devin was like, no, because jumping into sex kind of diminishes everything that we built, basically in the past. Now, I don't think it diminishes it per se, but I respect Devin and what him and Virginia kind of, have discussed. So David then goes to Virginia. The way that pissed me off, because if her nigga just told you they're not having sex, don't double back and go ask her. I didn't like that at all. Oh, I didn't like that. And I get it, David is going to every single person, but I found that very disrespectful, to be honest. You didn't date Virginia in the pods. You don't really know Virginia like that. There is literally no reason for you to be going up to that woman after you just asked her fiance if they're having sex, but whatever. And she was like, no. She gives a reason. Don't matter because she's so we then see David go and ask Monica. And I'm like, what's happening here? Because like we get the sex talk, right? We get it every season, but we don't get one person going around like a weirdo asking everybody else if they're having sex. I didn't like that. It made me uncomfortable, and I'm sure the ladies were uncomfortable to some degree. So Monica is like, no. But let's talk about you. What made you pick Lauren over Molly? And he claims it was when Lauren told him to figure it out. I said, no, it was basically when Lauren came up in there and was like, pick me, choose me, pick me, choose me. Lauren was a pick me in the pods, and that's why she got picked. That's what happened. Okay. So David is like talking to Taylor, ask Taylor if they had sex yet. And I'm like, why can't you go talk to the men about this? But he asked Taylor, and Taylor was like, no. He then tells Taylor Lauren pees a lot. Why are you telling her that? Talking about she gets up to use the bathroom every hour. What if she has a condition and you don't told every fucking body on Netflix? It's only ranked number 4, not top, top 10, but it's not number 1. So told, 4. But what, like, now we all know that she has, a little loose bladder. Come on, Dave. This is not necessary. So I was like, I like that Taylor got him back and was like, maybe you making her uncomfortable. I said, okay, Taylor. That's why Taylor's still my favorite. Taylor is still my favorite so far. So we then see Sarah talking to Daniel about Taylor, almost recognizing him. And Daniel was like, yeah, what kind of scumbag would I be for, going through the process and knowing? Now, some of y'all were in my comments saying that it was so egregious of me to call him a low key stalker. I feel that he is a low key stalker. I do. I'm not backtracking shit. And this is why. Daniel did not definitively convince Taylor that he didn't follow her. She got sick of scrolling. There is no proof that he didn't follow her. But the fact that she was able to completely tell him about a picture on his Instagram, there is some truth to what Taylor is saying. But like I said before, do I think that Daniel went and completely sought her out? I don't. But I do think that he followed her and he recognized some stuff from her profile. And Daniel said that he has a photographic memory. I wholeheartedly believe that Daniel was talking to Taylor in the pods and he was probably computing all these different things. And when he asked her what her Instagram handle was, and she told him, he flipped through his little photograph memory like he's in the episode of Black Mirror, and that profile came up and he said, oh, I know exactly what she looks like. I wholeheartedly believe he followed her and then unfollowed her. I'm not taking shit back. Okay. So Devin is telling the guys that he isn't a big PDA person, but he is now with Virginia. And that was the end of the party. I said, what a bore. We didn't even see y'all eat any appetizers. We didn't even see did anybody get drunk? Okay. Back in the room, Devin and Virginia are talking, and they're talking about how everyone can see how, in sync they are, how much they're made for each other, blah, 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 blue, blue, blue. They enjoy each other and they're ready to go get married. So shall it be. David and Lauren are talking after they get their phone, or talking about getting their phones back, right? And they're like, okay, we got to exchange phone numbers. And then Dave is like, or make sure we don't have each other's phone number. Dave, what's T? Because you're starting to piss me off. What's T, David? Do you know Lauren from somewhere? Because why are you so insecure? Is it the hairline? What's happening? So she was like, she plays into it. She's like, making sure that there's no ghost emoji by your name. Have you ghosted anyone, David? And he was like, yeah, he about to ghost you, Lauren. Watch. And he was like, yeah, way, way, way back, way back. So he wants to call his sister first without Lauren. Look, Dave is going to call his sister first, and he's going to tell his sister he's not feeling it. He don't like her. So his sister is not going to want to get involved. And his sister is not going to want to meet Lauren. And then Lauren, I see what you're doing, Dave. I see what you're doing. And I'm not here for it at all. So we then get back to Minneapolis after a very boring trip to Honduras, and we see Joey and Monica. So she likes knickknacks in the house, and he wants to be a minimalist. He said that he cleans all the time. Monica is like, yeah, I'm kind of clean, but I had a pile of clothes in my closet, and the spider built a whole nest in the crotch of the pants. I said, Miss Mamas, why are you telling us this? So I was with Joey, so the pants weren't clean. And she's like, no, they were. No, they weren't. No, they weren't. So I was with him. How long were the clothes sitting on the floor? And she was like, oh, not long. They were just on, not long, you nasty heifer. D- Not only did you tell a person that, but you said it on national television. They then have a conversation about sharing socks. I guess in Monica's family, they just have one big bin of socks and everybody just goes and grabs socks. Whatever works for you and your family, Monica, I'm just not going to share socks with people. Okay, so I'm a big sock person. I replace my socks every couple months, right? And if I have friends that come over after like a night out and somebody stays the night because they don't had too much to drink or it's super late or whatever, I'll give my friends socks. Take them home with you, they're yours. Take them home with you, they're yours. I've been by my parents' house and I had on sandals or boots or something like that, and I'll ask my mom for a pair of socks. They're now mine. We're just not sharing socks, but like the way that she was trying to make Joey feel like he's crazy, he was like, "I'm not sharing no damn socks with you." The fuck? Mm-mm. I'm not sharing no socks with you. So we then pan over to Daniel and Taylor. She is talking about or she's showing him all the clothes that she wore in the pods. This is what I wore when you proposed. This is what I wore that day. And I'm like, he'll watch the show and see. So they then talk about all these Christmas trees. She has 4 trees up in her one bedroom. I said, girl, I put one up in here. In some years, it almost don't get put up because it's a lot of work. He's okay with 1 to 3 trees. I don't want to hear shit else about this Christmas couple. I am so sick of hearing about Christmas. Unless y'all gonna show us Christmas on the show, I don't want to hear about it. Sarah and Ben. So, our Black Lives Matter couple, okay? Siri, no. Siri, no. What is happening? Jesus, excuse me, y'all. So we then get to Dave and no, Sarah and Ben. So they talking about how they have both told their families, and Ben said his family is excited but a little skeptical because like, is this real? Whatever the case. But Ben is like, look, I love you, I like you, I'm excited for this, I'm ready for this. So shall it be. Sarah says she is trying to figure out what type of wedding dress she wants. This is a lot to do. We got to plan the wedding. We got to pick colors. I got to get a dress. Because at prom, I said, girl, how long ago was prom? She was like at prom, she wore a strapless dress, but now she can't see herself in a strapless dress. And Ben is like, look, I have never pictured a woman that I'm dating in a wedding dress at all. So like I'm picturing you in one. Picture yourself voting. Do that. Picture yourself inside a voting booth. Ben, that's what you can do. That's what you should be picturing. So we then have David and Lauren. So she's excited to learn more about his lifestyle and how he lives. And Dave was like, well, I hate the way that my friends and family found out. He was like, it wasn't ideal because by the time I called them, they had already known. From who? They knew already from who? David? Talking about it's wild that certain people now want to call and get involved in my life. You came on the show. We all involved. We're all involved. I want to know who in Minneapolis, in Minnesota, is being run till that and was doing so much talking that by the time you got your phone back, everybody knew. Because that means that somebody was talking when they shouldn't have been. Who made a collect call from Honduras? Because this doesn't make sense. This doesn't make sense, David. So he was like, by the time I got my phone, did you lose it? Did production lose it? I'm gonna need a little more something to this story. So he would say, well, my sister is a little nervous because he thought or his sister thought that he was going to meet some reality TV show woman that's just chasing fame. Shut up, David's sister. And I hope he's not just throwing you under the bus for his own um safety. I won't say safety, for his own like reputation. But like, this is weird. David then claims he's not nervous, but it's clear he is. And again, Lauren, he don't like you, girl. He don't like you. So we then get to Devon and Virginia. So we first go to Devon's apartment, and he's showing her all his shoes. Get you some clear containers for them shoes, my good sir. Get you some clear containers for them shoes. And he's telling, she was like, so how much is this going to cost us? And he holds up a pair that he said were about $600 or $700. She looks mortified, but shoes cost. So they then go to her townhome, and she's saying how she typically lives in studios, and she is okay with, having a little bit of space, but she wants to buy a home. So he was like, okay, so will one person pay the mortgage and one pay the utilities? I said, you want a 50-50 it? Okay. So she seems okay with that. And she was like, well, I'm responsible with money. And he was like, me too. Me too. Even though I told you I just spent $700 on shoes, I don't do that often. I mean, ignore the 100 pair of shoes that were just in the room, not including the pairs in the closet. I don't buy anything, maybe once, maybe twice, maybe thrice a month. And I'm like, look, if you buy shoes, you buy shoes. I buy shoes. Okay. I wish somebody would come to me about what I use my money for. Devin, if you want to buy shoes with your money, that's what you do. Be honest about it now instead of trying to backtrack and then y'all have an argument about finances later. Be real about what you're spending, okay? Because a lot of those shoes look relatively new. And I'm not talking about like condition, I'm talking about the styles, the colorways. A lot of those shoes are very recent. I can tell. I had a lot of those shoes, okay? So Virginia is like, well, I told Virginia said that she's responsible, so she doesn't buy a lot of things. So then Devin is like, well, look, I still have the money to, get a house and to travel. I got the money to do that type of stuff. He then goes on to say, I can be the CEO. I can be the CEO of the company that I helped build. I said, so you helped build a company, but you're not the CEO? You're just the program director? What's going on there? Because that don't make sense. But so she wants to be a millionaire, and she's like, it wouldn't be through salary, but more through like investments and that type of stuff. She wants to set up her kids for success, generational wealth, all that good stuff. So Devin is like, okay, cool. So are you talking like separate accounts and then one joint account? She was like, yes, separate. You spend $700 on shoes, separate accounts. So she was like, and then a prenup. Devin said that a prenup never crossed his mind. And I'm like, why? And the moment that she said prenup, Devin's heart is racing. We can see his heartbeat, okay, through the chest. We can see it. His leg is shaking. Why didn't a prenup ever cross your mind? You don't know this woman. She's a stranger. Of course you should want to have a prenup, Devin. She's a stranger. So he then said, well, like, I have student loans and I have some medical bills. I'm like halfway through those. And she was like, okay, we come up into some money. I'll help you pay. Okay. So David and Lauren, so they go to his apartment. It's nice and clean. It's empty. I said it's given Airbnb. Like he done had no food in the fridge, nothing in the cupboards. Like, do you really live there? Okay. It's given paper plates. Y'all remember paper plates from what was that, season 5, Izzy and them? Okay. So he was like, my sister told me to get white sheets. So I got white sheets because my sister said to get white sheets. So I got white sheets. Don't mention your sister. Look at no more. Quit bringing her up. Lauren, don't marry into that family. Don't marry into that family because his sister is going to be right in the middle of your marriage. So he then goes on to ask her how her family is feeling about this. And she would say, my family's good. Like they're excited for me, whatever the case. They want to get to know you, obviously, but like I have everybody's support. He then goes on once again to say, my family doesn't, they're not as supportive. And I didn't get a chance to tell my family. Because I didn't get a chance to tell my family, my sister was crashing out. So my sister is Googling articles about the show, about how, they weren't letting people eat, they weren't feeding the people, everyone was hopped up on liquor, it's inhumane conditions. That's what she Googled about it. And I'm like, I don't care about your sister. I don't care what your sister thinks. I don't care how your sister feels about this. I just don't. So while they're having this little whatever, Dave's getting super, super red in the face. And I'm like, girl, that man does not like you. And he's trying to find a way to get out of this. So then David and Lauren start talking in circles about nothing. About absolutely nothing, okay? So he then starts saying again how people are talking about him and wanting to talk to him about being on the show. And I'm like, this is interesting because, David, did you not think that people would have this reaction before you went on the show? So now he's giving us a little more, and he's claiming, David is, that Lauren was dating a guy before she came on the show. She told us she was a couple months before. And Lauren did not fully break off this relationship. And so the guy is texting and calling, trying to get in contact with her. Now, David doesn't know if his friends are capping or if his friends and family are actually telling him the truth, but he feels it's annoying. Now, he's telling us in the confessional, he's not talking to Lauren about this. And then the kicker, the guy lives in the shared apartment building that they're in. I said, wow. Okay, maybe this will spice up the show a little bit because, my God, Minneapolis, not a good showing. I do not believe this story. I don't. I would have to see the man come out and do a confessional. I don't believe this story. To me, I honestly and truly believe that David just does not want to be with her. And I think, because remember, he was the one that was like, I want to see Molly, want to talk to Molly. Dave, maybe he's not as attracted to Lauren as he thought he would be. And now he's curious about how Molly looks. But this, to me, David does not seem interested in her. And he's trying to find a way to get out of this. That's honestly and truly what it's giving. So we then go to Joey and Monica, the friends, and Monica's family is at the house and they're ready to meet Joey. So Monica lives at home. That's why she shares socks with her family. So they connected over having the same energy. Monica liked that he would yell out, "Hey!" real loud. See, I wouldn't like that because who you yelling at? But she like it though. So her rude ass sister blurts out, "Why you single? I want to know why you single." I said, "Bitch." That would have went a complete different way because, one, why are you talking to him like he's a child? And so Joey tells her, and I like that Joey would say, well, Monica knows this already, so I guess I'll tell you. Shit. So he says that, and Monica was like, she has no filter. No, we have to get past saying that's just how people are. Oh, they have no filter. That's just how they talk. Rude is rude. Rude is rude. There is no excuse. There was no excuse for the way that she said it to Joey. It came off condescending as fuck. Why aren't you married? You got a whole boyfriend sitting right there. Why aren't you married? Shit, I don't like people that are rude like that. So all of a sudden, her mom is like, let's have a fam jam. I said, a who? So they have a fam jam and they pick up all these random instruments and they just start playing. And I said, oh, okay. I mean, Joey enjoyed it. Monica looked embarrassed. So you're embarrassed about the fam jam, but not the fact that a spider built a nest in the crotch of your pants? Priorities, ma'am. Priorities. So she shows him, Monica shows Joey her sock bin, and he was like, y'all all just, raw dog in socks like this. Okay. He was like, everybody's feet just been in. I said, everybody's feet been in. Sure. So we then see Monica's sister talking to Monica outside, and her sister was like, Joey ain't your type. I picture you with like a 6'5" Italian man. Why you don't have a 6'5" Italian man? Your man look basic AF too. Don't do that. This is rude. So she was like, his personality and his looks aren't the right type for you. So Monica was like, don't do that. Don't do that. You've only just met him. She was like, and I don't want you to be going around side eyeing him and all that type of stuff because it's rude and it's not fair to Joey. He didn't do anything for you to be talking to him or treating him about like this. I would hate to have to put my finger on your neck, Monica's sister. Don't do that. Don't do that. So her sister then was like, this where the jealousy comes in. I didn't think you would be the first one to get married. Oh, that's what it is? You mad she gonna get married before you? Talking about I'm 5 years older than you. I don't want you to get married then divorced. That's a risk that everybody takes. That everybody takes. Anytime you get married, there's a chance you're gonna be divorced. Like you sound stupid and jealous. Then she was like, well, Joey is an actor, and I feel like he's just doing what he can to get you. I don't want you to get hurt. I don't want you to be jealous either, but we all can have what we want. Now, can we? That was episode 8, y'all. I'll be back for episode 9, but let me know what you guys thought about the episode. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, I have not watched episode 9. Don't talk about episode 9 in the comments because y'all know snitches get stitches. But I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.